It has not been a great start for LeBron, which we'll get into. But you start with the roster construction, Ramie. This roster just doesn't make sense. It has not made a lot of sense from day one. You usually surround LeBron with shooters. That's always kind of been the plan. You surround him with shooters, then he drives and kicks. He gets all the attention. And so when you have a team that just can't shoot around LeBron, it's not going to look great. And it has not looked great. Here's ESPN and also a friend of LeBron, I believe, Richard Jefferson, talking about it.
I haven't spoken to him, but I feel like him signing that extension was the biggest mistake he's made in his career. And I stand by that. I don't think leaving Cleveland, people might question why he left Cleveland or how he left Cleveland. I don't think even leaving Miami, even Pat Riley at the time was like, why are you leaving? We're built for a long-term situation. Went back to Cleveland, wins a championship. And then even after he leaves Cleveland, Cleveland's like, hey, we appreciate everything you've done. You come to LA, you win a championship. But signing this extension right now, last summer, it just was so confusing to me because I think he did it because he was committed to the organization. I know you got 2 picks. I'm going to show you my commitment to you so that you can go make some moves. Because we knew what this team was a year ago. We knew what this team was a year ago, last year, and they haven't added any tangible pieces.
All right, so that was Jefferson just kind of looking at the roster and chopping it down like we have. And there have been some questions, Ramie, about whether or not LeBron is starting to fade and if he still has it. And LeBron spoke to the media this week about just that.
It's motivation for myself to continue to play at a high level, no matter the mileage or the years or the games or whatever the case might be, which I've been on the floor. So I like to try to push the limit and even try to excel the limit when it comes to this game and how much I can contribute at a high level.
So LeBron's saying, everybody calm down, everybody chill. Do you think LeBron is starting to fade?
It'd be hard for me to say yes. Now maybe, and I know KCP said he doesn't see the spark or the fire or
something like
whatever it was. Certainly, the last year plus and what's gone down with the Lakers can take a little bit of the light out of somebody. You know what I mean? And that electricity, that spark, that charisma, whatever you think it might be. So maybe there is a little bit of that going on. But, man, you look at the numbers, and just last season, if he was playing for a contending team, we're talking about a guy who's solidly in the MVP discussion, if not bringing home an MVP trophy. He averaged 30 points, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds a game. And I'm just rounding. Like, it was a little bit over all those numbers. And this year, he's averaging almost 25, almost 7 assists, or almost 7 rebounds and almost 9 assists per game. So, and I know that those numbers can come in many different forms and fashions. And just because the numbers look good doesn't mean he's still that dude. But, man, I'm just not ready to count out LeBron James yet. A bad situation can really suck the life out of anybody. LeBron seems drained. Like 3 games into the season, his press conferences sounded like somebody who was at the end of a very trying season. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he might be drained emotionally, but as far as the game, even if he lost a half a step, I think he's found ways to make up for that and compensate for that. And he's still a top 3 player in this game, man, easily.
Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports, by the way, will have your chance to win Kings tickets coming up in the next 15, 20 minutes, so you want to stay tuned for that. Again, we'll give you a chance to win Kings tickets, Kings Pistons tickets, a week from Sunday at Golden 1. You'll have that opportunity coming up in about 15, 20 minutes, so do not miss out. At some point within the next 15, 20 minutes, we'll be giving those tickets away to you. Look, I'm not there yet on LeBron. It's very difficult because of a 10-game stretch to say, oh, he's fading, he's done, this is it. But I will say he's off. And I will say that there needs to be some concern, even if it's just a little bit of concern from the Lakers, because the injuries are accumulating. You know, I feel like we look at LeBron as some kind of machine because of just, you know, the way he looks.
Because he's been a machine.
And the way he's played
in his career.
But not as much the last few years. Like, if you look at it, you go back to 2018, he played 55 games. In 2019, he played 67. In 2020, it was 45. Last year, it was 56. The injuries are accumulating. And yes, some of that last year, I'm sure was, he was sitting out and they weren't going to do much of anything. So, he missed some extra games. But the point is the point. This is not somebody who's giving you 70 games a year anymore. And it's not, he hates load management. LeBron has come out and said, no, I plan every year to play 82 games. People pay to see me. I'm supposed to be out there. It's part of my legacy. He takes great pride in being available. So he is not that guy who's out there every night anymore. And look, I don't think it's even a criticism. He's going to be 38 years old in December. Like, this is just what happens when you are a professional athlete and you play an 82-game season, when you're 37, 38 years old. So the injuries are accumulating. And some of the numbers tell you that, at least in this 11 games this year, he is not the same guy offensively. And I looked this up last night. Second lowest field goal percentage of his career so far would be this season if he continues down this path. Second lowest. His worst three-point percentage of his career would be this season if he continues to go down that path. He has the lowest offensive rating right now since his rookie season. So if these numbers continue to go that way, and we know that LeBron, like if you look at defensive rating, last year he was 111, this year he's 111. That's, two of the worst marks he's had in his career. And we know LeBron doesn't play defense every possession like he used to, because I think intelligently he kind of looks at it and says, I got to save my gas for the other end, especially when I play on a team like this that can't shoot. But yes, the injuries are accumulating. His offensive game is suffering right now. I think a big part of that is the roster, but I also think he's going to be 38 in December, man. And, when you're tied for the worst defensive rating of your career and those offensive numbers are as low as they've been, and you keep getting injured and nicked up, and you're getting frustrated, I think this is a big problem for the Lakers. And I do wonder if eventually here, sooner rather than later, LeBron puts the heat on them. And it's like, hey, look, if we don't get better, I got to go elsewhere. He just signed the extension, I know, but that doesn't matter in the NBA.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll go that far, especially not publicly, because he's already taken so much heat, rightly or not, for the way that he's moved from team to team throughout his career. Obviously, the decision, the one that he caught the most flack for. I think he's very conscious of his legacy, and I think he wants to finish a Laker because of the heritage franchise that the Lakers are, and I think he's dead set on bringing some glory back to the Lakers. And you know what, man? I'm a LeBron fan. But at the same time, he asked for a lot of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wanted the Westbrook deal.
Go down with the ship. Go down with the ship. Be honorable and go down with the ship. Play the violin while the Titanic goes down, LeBron.
He wanted the Westbrook deal. Obviously, he was in cahoots on the Anthony Davis deal. So, yes, he deserves some of the blame. And I'm tired of seeing some people say, like, oh, LeBron doesn't have enough help. They haven't surrounded him. Well, he's a part of that. He is a part of the decision-making process.